on Malibu Canyon Road, and it is beautiful. And look, there's a little tunnel. See how this 6.2 liter V8 will sound. Not bad. We are out in California for a work trip and have a weekend free, so we'll be spending a couple days with the Corvette Convertible. We're down in Malibu now, met up with some friends, going for some drives, and just gonna see what the Corvette Convertible's like in California, which I'm sure is gonna be great, because the roads are already much nicer than what I'm used to. The scenery is amazing, and the weather is obviously substantially nicer. This is, I think, a new color. It's called Caffeine. It's a 3LT convertible, pretty highly optioned. We'll look at the window sticker, but it's like $96,000. And we're gonna start with a cold start, or a slightly warm start. I drove down. And I think we can put the top down with the remote. That's definitely handy. You can do it from outside. This color is really cool. It's a bit more subtle, and you can see when the sun hits it. Look at all that metallic flake. Now we have a convertible Corvette. Brandon's got his E92 M3. He's gonna take me on a tour of some of the roads and head out there. I've always loved these cars. Naturally aspirated V8. I'm pretty sure his is a manual. And this blue is one of the best colors you can get it in. This is so nice. The ocean is just right there. And we're chasing it. E92 M3. Just look at that. What a view. Malibu, California. Definitely nice. Quick drive down the coast. It's pretty windy here, but the C8 is just so good all around. Had the top down, it's sunny, mag ride dampers, and the softest setting, I just configured Z mode, so it's comfortable. The transmission is fantastic. It's got power. It sounds pretty good. And there's the ocean. We're at some sort of rock thing. There's a big rock. But the car's cool. But look at this. I can't complain at all. This paint does look really cool. It's a really unique finish. So you can see in the light here, all that flake. Here's something cool about the convertible. You get the double humps there, the flying buttresses, but the downside is you no longer have a view of the engine. So to me, I'd rather see the engine, especially on a mid-engine application. You want to see it, but the top down is definitely convenient. Remember, the regular C8s, you can take that target top off and put it into the rear trunk. So you still have an open air experience, but the convenience is really nice for the actual power hardtop. We just ran a big loop on one of the canyons, and wow, was it fantastic. The C8's a really good car. This is like perfect convertible weather too. Got a bit of sun, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. This thing is so capable. I'm a bit jealous of anybody who lives in the LA area of the cool car, because these roads like this just don't really exist where I live. And I mean, I went to Tail of the Dragon in the mountains there. They're fantastic, but this was awesome. Gas here is so insanely expensive, and you don't even get 93 octane. It's just 91. Nice cars are just like so common out here. Got a McLaren 12C. That's still one of my dream cars. Listen to those turbos. But the problem is, like, the C8's almost as capable, or probably equally, for half the price. Just look at that. Wow. So I've run this one canyon road twice now, actually no, 3 times, and it's a lot of fun. I just went on Google Maps and looked for more squiggly roads and some things that a couple of friends told me about. So I think I'm heading over towards Mulholland to go out, and then there's some other scenic canyon roads. And I mean, on Google Maps, it just looks like a bunch of squiggly lines, which is usually an indication of fun. So I set it up with a bunch of different waypoints effectively. There's really not much signal here. I have no phone signal up here, up in the mountains, but I'm going to do this about a 2-hour round trip loop. Really looking forward to it. It's just, look at that. It's so nice. The roads are smooth, they're curvy, the Corvette is great. I'm having so much fun. That's not something you can do back home either. It's got the Z51 package too, which helps handling. It's got better brakes, a tiny bit more power. Remember, this is the base entry-level C8 Corvette. It's the Stingray, right? There will be higher tier versions, and it's so good for being the quote-unquote base car. It has a 6.2 liter V8. It's effectively the LT1, just redone to fit in a mid-engine layout, nicknamed the LT2, just under 500 horsepower. Actually, when it first came out, I was like, really? Why couldn't you just make it 500 even? Get it into the 500 horsepower club. Obviously, mid-engine, it has a 8-speed dual clutch transmission developed with Tremec specifically for this vehicle application. Rear-wheel drive only, and it's just so good. It does everything really well. We have magnetic ride dampers, which when you set them in the softest setting, it's comfortable. You can firm it up, and I experienced that on track. Right now, I set the configurable Z mode with like everything pretty sporty. Performance traction management is in a relatively safe, I guess, mode, pretty intrusive, just because again, this is a Chevy press car that's almost $100,000, and I'm not on a racetrack. But anyways, I have dampers actually set in the soft mode, but going up these roads, it's got the power. I'm just holding second gear. It's comfortable. Visibility is great. It sounds pretty good. It's got good power. Not quite like supercar levels of power, but what the C8 Stingray is able to do with the power it has is really impressive. 0 to 60 is under 3 seconds with launch control in these things, which is impressive. My biggest complaint, really the only complaint I can possibly voice for this car, is the engine's not the most charismatic. So it makes a decent noise, but it doesn't rev that high. 6,500 RPM is the red line, and for me, sports cars is about emotion. And while this is a very good powertrain setup, it doesn't give you the same kind of engaging emotion as a Porsche GT3 engine would, a flat 6, or like the V10 in an R8 or Huracan. You can hear those shifts though. This is a supremely, supremely capable car. And when you look at the value standpoint, it's again, just hard to argue against it. It does everything really well. What a day. Just got back to the hotel. I've had the top down on the Corvette pretty much the entire day. It's actually quite nice to have a full convertible out in California. These canyon roads are just phenomenal. So I took my Shelby GT350R down to Tail of the Dragon, Cherahoola Skyway, Devil's Triangle, and those are fun in a different way. These roads are just as curvy. They're nice and smooth. There was so much less traffic. Like, I saw maybe a handful, 5 cars, and people would let you pass. There's a lot more cars on Tail of the Dragon, and it's a Saturday right now. I spent almost an entire afternoon of a Saturday driving up and down these canyon roads. Oh man, I'm tired, but that was just so much fun, and this C8 is a fantastic choice for doing that. If you were to ask me, drive these roads, you get to pick a Lamborghini Gallardo or a C8 Corvette, I would go with this because the transmission is better, the suspension is better, the power band is easier to use, it's less expensive, the brakes are better. It just, man, it was so good. It would probably be fun to run it in like a little Miata or a really like nimble Porsche, like maybe a Boxster Spider or a Cayman GT4 or a GT3. But this, for a Stingray, I mean, it's a Z51 Stingray, but wow, that was phenomenal. Top down, sunny, just running through those canyon roads. I am going to go relax for a bit. I'm going to meet up with some friends for dinner, but this Corvette did really well. I want a Z06. I really want a Z06. It's an early morning. We're heading off to Cars and Coffee in the Corvette with Griffin, who brought a race car. Hear the Corvette over that. Well, that's the sound of about 15 to 1600 horsepower from Griffin, twin turboed. I don't think this naturally aspirated V8 is going to be able to match that. We're leaving the Corvette behind for a moment to go for a ride with Griffin and this insanity. From a C8 Corvette. Holy crap, dude.
That never gets old.
No, never, never. I guess it's one of your slower cars, technically.
This is the slowest race car that we got in the stable.
Yes. The blue truck is what, like 3x the power?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right, well, that's definitely fun. Griffin Steinfeld, Instagram, YouTube, all the socials.
Yes, sir.
If you like big engines with turbos on them that go really fast.
Exactly.
Check that out.
I'm a simple man.
Yeah. Back in the Corvette, which is a much more civilized experience, but nowhere near as visceral. All right, Griffin. Instant smoke show. Oh my God. Corvette is all loaded up. Front trunk has a suitcase. Passenger seat has another suitcase. The back trunk has a camera bag and a backpack. That's max capacity. One final cold start. This will soft close when you latch it. Nice. I'm actually really liking this paint. Obviously, that V8 sounds pretty good. Off to the airport we go. This is a pretty high option 3LT convertible, 2022. It's a new color, caffeine metallic. It looks pretty awesome. 6.2 liter V8, 8-speed dual clutch, and since it's a 3LT trim, it starts at 79,850. So it's already well optioned as standard. But then we've got Z51 package, the front lift, magnetic ride suspension. We've got some carbon fiber trim, the upgraded wheels, carbon flash paint, and as a final option of $96,925. So almost a $100,000 C8. This is again pretty well optioned. There are some more accessories and like the high wing and things you could add on to get it over 100 grand, but this serves to show a very well optioned 3LT convertible, and it's been awesome. Wrapping up my time with the Corvette here in California, it's been a great experience. I spent time with the C8 when it first came out in Las Vegas, drove it on Spring Mountain, tracked it. That was really exciting. Then I got some time with another C8 in Chicago in kind of springish time, which, I mean, it's not that exciting. The roads aren't as great. Out here, the weather's been fantastic. The roads have been fantastic. The scenery is great. Met up with some friends. I actually grew to like the convertible, the folding hardtop, quite a lot. Originally, I was just like, why would you get that? Just take the roof off on the regular C8. But the convenience is really nice. You can do it while rolling. There's so many times where like getting on the highways, like, I don't want it to be windy or sunny, whatever. Let me put the top up before I hit freeway speeds. That is really convenient. And it's got a pretty cool wow factor of the whole mechanical dance of the top folding back there. This car is so good all around. Comfortable, good interior, good technology. It rides comfortably with magnetic ride. It handles great. The power is great. Again, the engine is not the most exciting part. The Z06 will fix that. It does well with what power it has. Not the most charismatic or exciting of all engines in there, but mid-engine makes it pretty good. 8-speed dual clutch is great. Front lift is great. I drove 713 miles this week and averaged 16 mpg with quite a lot of highway driving too. So definitely enjoyed it. With gas at $6 a gallon here in LA, this will definitely get expensive, but you can't put a dollar number on miles per gallon, right? we'll conclude this little vlog living with the C8 Corvette. I will definitely get more time with various C8s. Super excited for the Z06, and I mean, anytime you get to spend some time in the Malibu canyons with a Corvette Stingray convertible 3LT with Z51, that's going to be a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.